Hi everyone, welcome back to A Simple Life with Tumi. It's me and Elephant here today. They call him Elephant in this house. So yeah, I'm just here to talk about my journey through my 2 pregnancies, my mental health specifically during my 2 pregnancies, and yeah, the emotions that I went through. I think it's mostly mental health. So I'm gonna start with my first pregnancy with Alibokwe in 2018. So the pregnancy, I've told you guys that it was not that smooth how it went. You can check the video here and I'll link it down below. But basically what I've never spoken about is that during pregnancy, I think emotionally I was fine. I was just like any pregnant woman. I'd lose temper here and there, and yeah, I was okay, and I was fine. I don't think I was bad at all, I really don't think I was bad at all. From my side, I didn't experience anything that made me question if I'm okay until I gave birth. So I gave birth, and obviously it's nice having to meet a new person, and then I brought that human being home. I remember the first emotions that hit me when I got home was, why did I do this to this baby? Because I just felt like I was not ready to be a mom, and I felt like probably financially I was not in the right place, to can take care of someone. And yeah, like there was just so many negative emotions and thoughts that I was entertaining. But basically I was happy that I've got a baby. I didn't hate my baby. I loved him so much, I remember immediately after I gave him birth, the first week when I went home, the first thing I took was to take like a proper life cover. Like I had a life cover, but it wasn't that much, and then when I got home, I took a proper life cover because I was just faced with the reality of me dying and leaving somebody here on earth. Like, oh my gosh, how is that gonna be? I don't want my child to be poor. I don't want him to grow up suffering in any way. So I knew that I had to make a plan and a means. And I remember I was also forcing my husband to like increase his life covers and stuff. That's just fear, But eventually I conquered that. For me, it happened through prayer. I didn't really go through counseling or anything. I just prayed, and I think also time and getting used to the fact that I've got a baby did contribute to my healing. Okay, then I was fine. And then the baby grew up. He's now 2 and I'm still fine. But something else happened in my second pregnancy. So for my second pregnancy, the emotions didn't hit me after I gave birth. The emotions hit me during my pregnancy. So I found out I was pregnant, and I was happy that, oh, I'm gonna have another baby, but I was just dreading the whole labor room stuff, labor and delivery room. Oh my gosh, because I give birth naturally. So you can imagine, like, I was just thinking, oh, I have to go through all that pain again in my life. Emotionally, I just thought, you know what, I'll get ready at some point. And then I started entertaining the thoughts of being afraid of dying during birth. Guys, how it was just the one single thought. This thought started growing the more I entertained it. Okay, what if I die during birth and I don't come back? Who's gonna raise my son? The one that's at home. Okay, the thought came, started growing. I banged it, I packed it at the back of my head, and I was like, I'm not gonna entertain it. I continued. I kept myself with work, busy with work, with YouTube, with school, I made sure that I don't entertain that. Then the time came now when I was on maternity leave. When I started my maternity leave, how? Now work is no longer there to keep me entertained or to keep me busy. School, I had finished my exams. They're no longer there, you know, to occupy my mind. Now I'm faced with this one thought of having to go to the labor room to give birth. Yo guys, I started having I don't know what to call them. Like, I'd be sleeping and I feel like I'm running out of oxygen, you know, I'm running out of air, like I'm dying. Then I'd wake up. I remember 2 times did I wake up screaming. First, it was at night. My husband was in our study room and he came back like saying, dude, why are you screaming? And I was like, no, I thought I'm actually dying. But I did, for him, I kept communicating with him, telling him that, you know what, love, I feel I'm so afraid of dying during birth. And he said, no, you're not gonna die during birth. But that thought just kept increasing, that no, but what if I die during birth, you know? Like, I know it sounds funny, but it's real. It's pregnancy anxiety. When I googled it twice, I woke up screaming. First time it was my husband, I was with my husband. The second time I was with my mother. It was also at night. I was sleeping. Next thing, I'm screaming. I thought I'm running out of oxygen. Then when now my mother started getting concerned, I was sleeping downstairs here, and the same thing happened. I was sleeping, I woke up jumpy because I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm dying, I'm running out of oxygen. And you might think, okay, but maybe that's just pregnancy, like, and its effects. But I had to now go and Google, like, what's wrong with me, because I was really afraid, you know, of giving birth. I didn't know how I was gonna cross that path. I remember with my first child, I was like, okay, you know what, I'll see it when I get there. This time around, I was afraid, I was terrified. I didn't know, like, if I was gonna come back home or not. And what made things worse is that when I was pregnant, 2 influencers, one lady, I think she's in Nigeria, she passed away during her pregnancy, just after showing her pregnancy shoot online. The second one was South African. I remember, I think I used to actually see her on social media. She was also there, and the next thing, she passed away. She was also pregnant. So you can imagine what that did to me. Like, oh my gosh, what if I also become one of these ladies who don't come back home after giving birth? I was just drowning in anxiety. And then this thing of just waking up after feeling like I'm dying continued until a point where my mom sat me down and said, but Kanti, what's wrong? My mom had come over towards me giving birth. She said, Kanti, what's wrong? And I told her, you know what, this is how I feel. I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna come back after giving birth. And yeah, firstly, I didn't want to tell her that because I just felt like she's gonna think, this one, she's just acting funny. But you know me, I do believe in vulnerability, because I think when I'm open, that's when solutions come. So I eventually told her. But before I go to how my mother and my husband came through for me, my 2 friends, the first friend, she kept asking me over WhatsApp, like, Dumishang, I feel like you're not fine. Okay, she's a prayerful woman. I feel like you're not fine. What is wrong? And I just said, girl, just pray for me. She prayed for me, I believe. Second time, same thing again. She says to me, you are not fine. What's wrong? I said, yo, girl, like, I'm not okay, but just pray for me. And that's all I said to her. I only told her after giving birth that, girl, I just felt like I was gonna die and not come back home with my baby after giving birth. Then my other friend, the second one, she said to me, Dumishang, I was praying in the morning, and next thing, I felt like there's something really bothering you in your spirit. But I prayed for peace, and I felt God bring such calmness over you. And I said, thank you so much. She didn't even know I was pregnant, because this pregnancy, I was really keeping it under wraps, you know. I used to record videos with my face only showing, because I didn't want anything to give it away that I'm pregnant. So I really was grateful for her prayers, and I think after she prayed for me, it did subside a bit until towards like 2 weeks before I gave birth. Like when the date was just coming close and close, I just felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. I'm not gonna come back home. I'm not gonna come back home. So this is what I did. I opened up to my mom and my husband about it, as I've told you, and they fasted for me, and they actually even prayed for me. And guys, it really made a huge difference just to know that somebody is there praying for me. My husband even went further, guys, and he was fasting for me for quite a while. I think, yeah, for a long time, just praying for me. I don't know if he was praying for me or for the baby, but I know that he was praying. But that prayer, it really worked, and I started feeling better, you know, that okay, somebody is standing in the gap for me and I'm gonna come back home. And then also how I kept calm, I had a song that I played every morning. So I went into a routine of prayer every single morning, up to a point where my body was now waking me up, that wake up at this time and go pray. So I would wake up, go pray, read the word, and I played this song every day. It's by Elevation Worship. It just says, you can do all things. You can do all things but fail, 'cause you never lost the battle. No, you never lost the battle. I know, you never will. So I just listened to that song until my son even knew how to sing it. And my husband was just getting annoyed with the song that was always playing in the house. But that song was my calm song that, you know what? I know God is going to help me through this. I know I'm going to conquer this situation, and I'm going to come back home with my baby alive. The concern was not that I was going to come back with an alive baby. The concern was that, was I going to come back home alive? So it was just that hectic. And then I was constantly in prayer, as I told you. I'd pray during the day, I'd pray at night. I would pray, you know, and for me it was not saying, God help me to come back home. It was just for me to stay calm, to be in tune with what God wants me to do with my life and stuff. I mean, guys, I need to stop using the word stuff. One day I'm going to record a video and I'm not going to use the word stuff. But yeah, basically it was just to help me to stay calm and stay connected to my maker. And I'm really grateful that Labor Day came. I went into the hospital. It wasn't easy, guys, giving birth to my second child. It was not easy. The pregnancy itself was easy. I don't want to lie. I didn't suffer. I still had a short cervix, so I would get pains. I was not supposed to stand for too long, and yeah, but the delivery was way worse than my first baby. I don't think I'm ready to talk about it. It was very traumatic, but I just thank God that I remember at some point during my delivery, I hope I don't cry, but during my labor, I said to my husband, please call my mom and just ask her to pray for me. And my mom said she went and she called my father and my brother, and they all just prayed for me. And I really think their prayers are what gave me strength, you know, during that delivery, because it was the hardest delivery that I've ever experienced. Obviously, I've only experienced one before this one, but it wasn't easy. I came back home and I had the baby with me. I came back alive with the baby in my arms. I remember when my husband was taking me to the hospital to go deliver this baby, a thought came to my mind that what if this is the last time I leave this house alive? What if this is the last time I leave my son alive? You know, like, what if this is the last time AB, which is my firstborn, sees me alive? It was so bad. Like, I was so anxious about this giving birth thing. And I went through the delivery. I think my spirit somehow just knew that the delivery was not going to be an easy one. You know, maybe that's why I had suffered all that anxiety before. Or, you know, we are the product of our own thoughts. Maybe it's because my thoughts were just not okay during pregnancy regarding delivery. I don't know, but that's what happened. And I delivered the baby, I came back home, and yeah, now we are happily ever after. So all the glory goes to my God, my Father in heaven, who gave me the strength, you know, to go through that, and just to help me know the power of prayer and what it can do in my life. And the prayers that I made for myself, the prayers that my friends were making for me, the prayers that my family made for me, you know, especially during labor, the prayers that my husband was also making for me. Guys, I remember it was during labor, it was so bad. My husband, like, he literally just went on the side, detached himself from the whole situation. He went and he sat on a bench. I could see him, and he was just praying. He was just, oh my goodness, he was just praying and praying and praying. And you know, when you see somebody praying for you, it just gives you a lot of strength that, you know what, although things are bad, God is in this, you know, and he won't lose this battle, and that battle was never lost. So I'm gonna end this here. Ooh, guys, next time you see me, I'm coming back with a happy story. I'm done with sad stories, I think. Yeah, goodbye, and thanks for watching.